Welcome back. This video is going to be about cy.wrap. The purpose is save the value, reuse it later. I made an example. We're imagining that this password value every day is changing. Therefore, we're going to have a dynamic test that will go to UI, take the value, and then paste it in our password input and login. First of all, I already created a branch that's going to be for the purpose of this feature. Second, I'm going to just paste the test that we already have. I changed the name, and first step we are keeping, we need to visit the source.url. Second step, we need to be sure that login page is visible, but after second step, we need to get the value from password and save it. But before, we need to get the locator. I use in this case particularly class just because this data test did not work for me, just to show you. So therefore I use class, but usually we are trying to use a QA attribute that was created by developer for the testing purpose. I pasted this locator into our login page and I call it password value. Now I'm gonna call it here and get the value. I get the value and I want to see if this is the right value that I need. And as you can see, it prints absolutely everything. And for our case, that's not what we need. So we will use regex to get the values that stays after the sentence. I will have a separate video how to make a method for the regex and everything and explain the details. At this moment, I'm just gonna have the ready method and ready regex that you need to use. As you can see, I'm printing the values that I'm getting by the regex. And we can see it's correct. So cy.wrap, and we are passing same value and we're saving it as a password. So let's try to print it. I'm gonna just try to print it like that. And will it work? No, because it's not defined inside the block. So whenever you have the value somewhere that you open the curly braces, if you're gonna go out, it's not gonna work for you. Therefore, we are using cy.wrap so we can use it outside of the curly braces blocks that you have. Because first this block gonna be executed and whatever you want next is gonna be executed after it. So we will use cy.get, similar that we are using for locators. Now let's try to print it. So in order to understand that we are using value from wrap, you need to add sign here and the values that you created. Yeah, and we can see password is printed exactly what we need. So now we're gonna use this value inside our code. Only difference is we're gonna paste here our pass, and as a username we're gonna just call our environment variable. Okay, so let's try to run and see if it's gonna pass. Yeah, it's successfully passing. Thank you so much for watching and see you on the next video.